Hello? Hello, hi. Oh shit, hold on a minute. There we go. That should be a little bit better, I think. Let's see, do I have everything up and running correctly? Mic, desktop. Everything else is looking alright. I hope. Oh dear, okay. Issues already. There we go. Need to make sure I'm holding things correctly and positioned in an appropriate manner. Hello! Hello and salutations to all. How are we today? Right. Gotta make sure I get all of my thingies.
Rock and stone.
Hello, Rock and Stone. How are you liking your new picture? Oh shoot, I forgot because I forgot to do it on this one. I need to make the pictures better. Or the bigger on this one. Because they end up being really tiny at the top. And so I would like to be able to see them a bit more. But you know, so be it. That is their current statue. They will be tiny pictures. What the? I never saw that before. You're playing slots? Your little Pokemon's playing the slots. You won! Holy crap. I didn't know that's what the slots did. Or at least on the stream avatars. I never saw that before. Damn, now that you know the commands, you really do like to mess with them, don't you? You need to teach some of the other regulars what these do. Because I do think that they're pretty silly, they're pretty funny. Say Spuds, I know you've been on that Genshin grind probably as if not as much then more than I have. What have you been doing, or like what has been your current process of going through? Since I think you were also rolling for Nahida, weren't you? Let me see. I need to continue on with my main objective. Generation Zero, what's that? I think I've seen you play it, but I don't know what that is. Like no word no words of what it is or how it plays. Oh, more Paimon gems for me? You shouldn't have. Let me see. Let me get through all of my quests. Oh damn, they want me to go down. Terminator survival set in Sweden. That's certainly interesting. Survival games are not my my go-to, but depending on who I'm playing with and the concept, I might consider. That being said, definitely not an on my own experience for the most part. I mean, I think there were other things I wanted to talk about before I got distracted.
While it may look
Let me
like a
think.
ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters.
Damn, I lost my train of
thought
thought.
to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity.
Have you even wait? Hold on a second, Spuds. Have you even finished the Fontaine storyline?
Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused.
Over
why a group
encumbered.
with such a history would live in the sewers.
You haven't even started this?
Paimon has seen this ship for herself.
Why?
She's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all.
I mean, I don't play the story that often,
home.
but it's been so long since the last expansion-ish or whatever they've done for it now that I felt like I oughta at least, if not finish it, then get pretty close to it, and then wait and see what comes next, because I do like to hold off with my Archon quests personally, until like there's something to do later on, and then you know, hold off until the next one of those come out. Oh, I get you. Yeah, no, I don't even think I'm pretty sure that in order to like do the actual R&R quest, you have to have it unlocked some way or another, and I don't think I have that. So it is something I'm curious about, because I think if I remember hearing correctly, the R&R quest unlocks a part of the map, since the last little bits of Sumeru are held back through quests. Yeah.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partner.
I am not.
You said before.
Well, I've got a
that you
couple
still
of them,
have some
but
business at the court.
I just haven't
What brings
put
you back
aside
to
the time to
Poisson so
do
quickly?
some of them. So if I scroll through them again,
It's because my
I can
partner here
probably
reminded me of
like
something really
show you
important.
what I like,
You see,
kind of
what
like
if
my
father's
mindset towards
case
it.
had something to do with water
But
from the
yeah, no,
primordial
I get
sea?
it.
You still
There is a
remember,
lot
right,
of other
Louis?
things to do, but
On
I
the
just
night
like
it was
to
raining?
do the narrow and
Yes,
short,
the case was
keep
quite
it simple,
similar to that of Mr.
do
Leary's. Both
the
were what
daily
you'd call
quest, and use up all my
impossible
resin,
murders.
so that way I can get through most of the stuff and prioritize what it
Could
is
you
that
tell us a bit more
I
about
want.
what
That being
happened before?
artifact farming, or like
Yeah,
farming
of
for
course.
talent level ups,
Many years
or
ago,
for just
something called
character
synth
level ups.
began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of
And so
drink
I've put
that
aside a
could
lot of like the
excite your
story
mood
and some of
produce
these other
many
things, which
pleasant
is why I know I'm like
hallucinations.
severely behind.
Wait, didn't
And
that
so
guy
I just wanted to get through
turn into
some,
water
if not
also
all,
mention
of
that
the
primordial
Fontaine
water could
quests,
be used
because
to produce some kind of
I think
potion?
the final boss, or at
Yes,
least
he
like there
did.
is a boss in this
Considering what we know
story
now,
quest that I need
it's
to
almost certain that synth is
or to
created using
beat or
water from the
unlock, so I can
primordial
get some
sea.
of the talent material
If you drink synth
for
for an
Farina.
extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes
That's
of
something.
paranoia
That's one of the
and
things that I
anxiety,
wanted to like,
while lacking energy
because
to
I
do
saw that I'm
anything.
pretty close to reaching the
It's an
point where I start
extremely
needing crowning
dangerous substance.
characters, and so I
As the
figured I
eldest
ought to
of
at least
Poisson,
get started on
my
like
father
raising
was
talents to
compelled
like
put a
7s
stop
and
to synth
8s,
abuse, and called for a complete
which is
ban
why
of it.
my
The
daily grinds
boss's
usually
uncompromising
inquire
attitude
that I
incurred the
play
synth vendor's
to the
wrath.
point of
But no matter how much they
having talents
threatened
or like using
bribed
up
him,
resin and
he
doing
refused
dailies.
to yield.
Keep it simple,
Not only that, the boss became
because I know I can
determined to
grind
find the
super duper hard if I
mastermind
wanted
behind
to,
the synth
but
operation
I don't
and put an end to
necessarily
the
have
problem
as
once
much
and
time
for
as I would
all.
like to pour into doing
Yes.
that.
But the enemy was very cunning, so he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father
And also, I feel
decided
like
to
there's
contact the
stuff that I
dealers in
could
secret
gain to
and
benefit from
cultivate personal
doing the Archon
relationships
quests,
with them.
like extra level ups,
Finally,
more
he was
rolling
able to convince
spears,
someone to become his informant.
you
The
know, other
man's
things to
name was
benefit.
Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Nani?
How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
Oh.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then,
Me?
we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's
What the hell is going on in
certain that they
Fontaine?
belong to a third person at the scene. With
The
one
good thing I've
extra
been playing
person,
Ace Attorney.
We'll also need to reconsider
I
why the
can
2
solve these
shots
problems
were
no
fired.
problem.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Or so
Jacques
we
was
thought.
an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with zero warning. I think this third person is probably the key
The
to
third
full
party.
truth. On that note, however, even though
The
this
fabled
will
third
not please
party.
you, demoiselle,
Enemy of
as
all.
your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel.
Damn.
They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss
Pulling
has
out the
already
big
lost
words and
his
the dramatic
life trying
music?
to bring them to justice.
Must be serious.
Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end?
There's only one way to
Sith
find out.
Is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed.
Goodness
Did
me.
he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly?
Damn.
I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
Understandable.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Malus.
Yes,
Elis.
I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case.
What?
But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
Well, damn.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live. And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina de Rosula about the details.
Aha.
But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Synth.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
Or so we
No.
know.
I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss.
Boss.
To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight?
No.
He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him.
Oh.
Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person.
Goodness.
In
What the
this
hell is
case,
going on?
he really didn't need to give
I-
me an easy way out.
It's all over the title.
Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
Oh shit.
He was threatening the enemy, boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Damn.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
Right.
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The
Ooh.
worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
They've been bought off.
You saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
Right.
Huh. That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to
I like this Milus guy.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change
Whoa.
their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders
Follower,
must be
hello.
innocent.
Thanks
If
for the
vendors
follow,
acted and
Angela.
fled, however, then someone must
Thank you
have
for-
given them the news.
I'm not right sure what I've done so far to warrant that, but
tracing,
thank you. I
I've
do
narrowed the
appreciate it.
suspect list down to 3
That does,
people.
however, remind me.
First is Florent,
Oh shoot.
Spina di
I'm
Rosula's
getting
senior
distracted by
advisor.
two different things. Hold that thought, Malus. So, chat, you'll see right above me, you go all the way to the top of the screen, top right, right above me, there is a follower goal. We are really close to reaching the necessary ones to reach the partnership program. And so something that I'm going to try to be promoting a little bit more is the idea of following. I'm not really sure what it is that I should do to propose that a bit more often, but we're really, really close right now. And so, well, once again, thank you for the follow, Angela. Putting us one step closer to reaching that goal, and so I'm really glad that we are able to do that. So thank you once again.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a
Sus
guild in
people.
Poisson. The boss helped
We've
it
gotta
to
s-
grow
we
to
gotta
its
scope
current
'em out.
size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, They provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
True.
Final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities.
We've got
Since Thierry is always
cop,
in the know about our current activities,
the
he
right-hand
could
man,
theoretically always plan one
and
step ahead.
the money
I
guy.
see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course.
Or we could just kill all three of them.
Malus, you've provided us with a lot of great information.
I think
You're
that'll get
too
the message
kind,
across
my
just
lady.
fine.
I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new
Malus.
case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it to
I hope
me.
we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Oh, we're gonna be playing Ace Attorney again. Right, I guess Genshin's Ace Attorney. Cat. Can't pet the cats in Genshin. Let me see. Off. We're off now. Oh shoot, I was hoping I could
It
stop.
is settled, then. Please excuse me,
Explore a
and
little bit
enjoy
more, or
your
at least like have a bit
conversation at
more
your
of a
leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
looking at other things in the meantime.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Damn, that daughter looks pissed.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
If it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
Oh,
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
shock.
I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you, and to all of us.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again.
He wasn't
He had
synth?
many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
Where is that?
Found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us. I don't know that for sure. But you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
Interesting.
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away.
Oh, damn.
Even if he fired the shot.
Wait, why
that
can't I
killed
whip
my
that out
husband,
now?
It was
Can I
likely in
object to what she's
self-defense.
saying?
It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh,
I'm getting distracted by the dumbest things.
Thank
I'm
you
looking at Navia's
for
outfit.
everything you've told me.
Are
I will
are her arm
definitely
sleeves
find the
like
truth.
elongated
The
gloves?
current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back
They
and
don't look
accept.
like they're attached to her dress.
I'm very grateful to hear this from you.
So are they just like
Even
s-
though
really
your
long
personality
gloves
is quite
or
different
something?
from your father's,
Or am I just
your
not
determination when you speak is
am I not
clearly
seeing
similar.
things correctly? Might also be dumb.
You really
There-
think
There's
so?
a very high possibility of that.
That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Jock's family believes that he had struggled greatly in order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense, or is there more to this incident?
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't
Not
worry.
going to Spina
Let's
de
investigate the 3
Rosula.
suspects next. Florent should be nearby, and we should be
Laurent.
able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get my...
Whoops. Damn, they really throw you into it.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the
Those
talk for the next
damn
several
journalists.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table.
So
After
he was
that,
drunk.
he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene.
So then
According
how
to
did
the
he get a
guards,
gun?
That doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
Hmm.
About the clothes left at
Rock
the
and
scene that you
stone.
mentioned, do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
Possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
We're gonna have to play
Yeah,
Ace
that makes a
Attorney
lot of
in
sense.
Genshin.
So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys?
Yes.
But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine. And chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Maloose told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I
We'll
may
see.
just say one more thing.
Oh
The
shit.
whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn
My
in
little
my side since
Pokemon.
the day it was
Oop,
invented.
time for slots.
Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's
Ooh,
trust
another
that allowed
dub
me to
on the
rise
slots?
through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth.
Damn, where's
You
where's
and
that
all
one
our
mod
other
that I
comrades
have
at
that
the
loves
Spina
this game?
deserve to know the truth as well.
I feel like he'd be eating this up right now. Laurent. Where's this other guys? Who are we visiting next? Is it the guard? Could it be the money guy? Who is this most suspicious person? Oh, whoops. Never did that. You.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Success.
So you've caught news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Poisson.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related.
Right.
We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If
But what
you
could
want
it
to go to
mean?
the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own.
Poisson.
Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
A little bold and brash there, Navia.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units.
Private units, huh?
Certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or close.
Oh.
Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
You don't say.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
What the?
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation.
Well,
I'll be staying
we
in the
might
city
just
for a
have
little
our
while, so
main
just come
suspect
find me if you need any support from the guards.
in this bizarre double murder trial. So, we're going to send this guy to jail then, or we're going to have to go talk to Mr. Neverlet once more. Is this underground? It's not. Doesn't look like it. We will have to go see Mr. Neverlet yet again, perhaps, and play Genshin's Ace Attorney once more, just to figure out if we can make the appropriate connections and figure out what the hell is going on with this synth business. Also, we've yet to meet Wrotsley. A whole lot of people I've yet to meet. So I'm wondering how they'll fit into this storyline and what it is that I'm missing. Because we saw Childe not too long ago. And his thing wasn't working. Oh, wait, I'm... You! Oh, what the... That's what... That wasn't my fault!
I'm here to see Marcel.
The
Please let
game!
him know.
It
You can
put
just
me in a
say
cutscene and I
Navia's
just had to
looking for him.
plummet to the ground. I was gonna
Sure.
pull out my
I'll let him
wings.
know right away.
That wasn't my fault. That was the game.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Right.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress.
Unless...
I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen
You're gonna roll
anything
for
so
one more
strange.
Nahida? Like one more 10 pull or like one more like one solo pull?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who
I do
knew it would
recommend
turn
well,
into
I
a
like
whole
getting weapons for
murder mystery.
characters.
I
So
also
I
witnessed your
wish you luck on
marvelous
weapon
smoothing
rolling.
work. Quite impressive.
Hopefully you don't have to
To beat
wail.
the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf. I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Hmm.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the
What
other
the-
side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Arrhenius by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Hold.
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past.
Wait,
But
what?
rest assured,
You're gonna roll for a single
Poisson
Nahid?
will always remain a safe haven for you.
What does that mean?
If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabriere will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me.
This guy's
it'll
so
take me a while
sus.
to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
A single gunshot, huh?
Oh, it's okay. No need to push
A
yourself.
single gunshot.
We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora.
Mora.
All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Wonderful. We'll do just that then. Go over the clues with Navia. I have a good inkling on what it is we're supposed to, or at the very least, I have a theory. Oh wait,
We
shit.
talked to
I
all
didn't.
3
My
suspects,
Baiju's dead still, isn't
purely
he?
based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I'm on.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
I know where the contradiction lies.
Ah, you're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
Which means one of two people
According to
must be
Jacques'
lying, either
family members,
Florent
He already told them
or
that he had been
Marcel.
discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Oh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father. Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory.
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Marcel.
Uncle Marcel?
He's got money.
My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
Doesn't matter.
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business? Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Exactly. He can't.
Damn, broke
And
boy.
even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
Then
Thierry,
Thierry?
you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory.
True.
If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Who could it be?
I think. Oh, whoops. This is who I think it is.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Correct.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these 3, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid
So
out
that
his
makes
case for the 3,
Malus the most
rationale he gave
suspicious.
me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight.
And money.
Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options.
We get to go. We get to fight. Finally.
We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Oh.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Unless
Aren't you the
it's
guy
like
from
some
the
Hateful
vibes?
Eight stuff, and it's
Did
all
something
3 of
happen?
them.
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Huh?
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Chill day.
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Yes.
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
Yeah.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence. Huh?
Alright,
Split
gang,
up?
let's split up.
What do you mean? Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open.
Correct.
You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I
Ooh.
won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Okie
We'll
dokie.
help you, just like you helped us in Linny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Silver.
Ah, Malus.
Demoiselle, please allow us to
When
help
did you
you.
get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that
Poisson.
you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your
Ah.
confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Need to make sure I'm sitting correctly.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
Alrighty.
See you then.
Ooh.
Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
Let's see. Damn. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna have to use my shrimps.
The doctor will see you now.
When Baiju heal himself up.
Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Swimming. I guess we'll take whatever leads we can get and reach the appropriate conclusions. Huh? Here? Oh. I was wondering what I was looking for. I was like, that's the ground.
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
I'm pretty sure it will be
You're
extraordinary.
right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms.
Correct.
Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Oh. Inside the opera epiclase, or whatever they called it.
appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right?
What are you thinking,
I've gotta admit,
Childe?
That's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
What are you doing?
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress.
Oh, Lord, Childe.
In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
Tell him.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Just pointing finger simulator.
If my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
What suspicions?
Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Oh.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
What the?
Please let me remind you.
What is
Miss
up with the
Navia,
Fontainians?
that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes.
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 I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court.
Ooh. So we're gonna play Ace Attorney
Members of the guards,
and
please contact
also
Mr.
do
Marcel
our
right away so
spy
that he
mission.
may stand trial.
Shocked and confused.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, Do you really think that I was the one who killed your father?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember, both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details.
Arena, why are you so dumb?
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Gardiennage? Ah. Okay. Yeah. Noblette.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
2 gunshots?
When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in
Damn, her
court.
dad looks cool.
Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries. These are the known facts about the case.
Facts.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time.
At the time.
However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Alrighty then. The day of the murder. Okay, not that one. Which one of these? Is it this one? No? In the first one? No. Okay, hang on a minute. He's... This one? No. What the? No. There we go.
Testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility and had sent out another assassin.
All right. Clothing of an unknown person. This one I think goes here. Oh no. Oh, never mind. This one? Yeah, there we go.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
Aha! Alright. There we go.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene. And that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved
That's pretty
accomplice.
wild still.
Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Leaning in my favor now, are you, you silly little machine? Oh, whoops. Didn't realize. I forgot about that.
Ah, so that's what happened.
Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
Correct.
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things.
Huh?
One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo!
Oh my
If
god.
you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But
However,
what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
Damn, tell him off.
You mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand.
Chlorine?
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives.
Damn.
In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Damn.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
Hot
I
damn.
concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
Oh.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Know what you can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? If I were
Right.
to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in
Snezhnaya?
My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
No.
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Uh-huh.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. The T. Oh, oh, up. Vacher. What is this? Oh. I see. Interesting. What is that?
Gotcha.
A bit about the...
What is all this? I don't recognize this enemy. We're here. Anything interesting? Treasure chest?
Whoa! The floor is going up!
Oh.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
That's not... Oh, okay, it's coming down. I was like, well, shit. Okay, it'll go up and down at its own pace. I was trying to see if there was a wall or a way for me to not go down, and, oops.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Don't mind me. Oh. There we go. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay, I was wondering. More is there to this place? This whole storyline, this whole judicial system, and all the things going on doesn't make any sense. I even tried to throw Childe under the bus. He doesn't even know what's going on, but he was like, alright, if it's an excuse to fight, might as well take it.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
So then, well, there's more places to go. How interesting. Salutations, lads. Box. Drop a couple bloom bulbs there. Drop a couple of them here as well. Oh, more. Hello.
Quietly now.
Shadow Raven.
Mind the side effect.
The side effect. Oh damn, you're still alive. Ow. Thanks for all this stuff, though. Else? I wonder what this all means. Also, how much of this is left for me to do? I feel like there's a lot. I'm, like, super duper behind on these like main story quests.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
Anything else around? Is there a place behind me to the left of me? Right. Nope. It's important to get what you can while you can. just go jump in willy-nilly. Don't look like there's any chests around here, so let's go accordingly. Make sure I'm not missing anything behind me. Around me. Oh. Yeah, this is a glass wall. There's a chest. Stuff. Very much appreciated. Guard mech. Wait, what are they? Guard mechs or mecha guards? I forget. Artemex? Salutation. Oh, whoops.
Mind the side effects. Remember, health comes first.
Busted.
Alright, let's wrap this up nice and quick, alright? I don't want to have to play your games.
Quietly now.
But you're not dead. Oh, no, you are dead.
Gotcha.
Anybody else? Anything else? Any hidden chests anywhere? Also, who shitted it on the screen? Oh, it's Buds. Didn't even hit me with a rock and stone first. You went and just shat on the... Hey, hold on. Yeah, it was Spud. I saw beans appear out of nowhere, and then I got bamboozled. There's the Miku Daio.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Yeah, you're the one who's still here. The spoilers are only affecting you if you're still here. You can leave if you want. Oh, hello.
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
No, they couldn't be.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
Different girls, huh?
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water.
How rude.
These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
Ooh. What else is around? That. Miku Daio.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research.
Primordial water.
Number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Oh, Paimon.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared.
Amazon's hiring. Are you looking to work for Amazon? The warehouse could always use more people.
So that's why he did all of these experiments. But did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
Or so we thought.
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it! Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water? In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Ah. Package sorting for the trucks. For the big ones? Or, this must be primordial water, perhaps? What is this?
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water! That means this is where they make all the synth! And that special water is the main ingredient! If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human!
Package sorting. Maybe putting the packages in their in like their places, but we usually put our stuff inside of our trucks anyways. We don't really get any help. As far as I know.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him. Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. That should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whatever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely.
Quit shitting on the screen, will ya?
Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. They're all just so evil.
Ooh, that should be everything then. Dang. Miss anything? That's there, that there. Anything else? I got that. Oh, there was something else over here.
Whoa.
Miku's too quiet?
Here. And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just
Can't really change that right now.
primordial sea.
You bombed him?
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled.
Ready to drink?
Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep, it's super obvious.
Popular potion. Synth.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity.
He's already there.
Even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything.
Nervalette.
Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Not clever enough.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Well, share. What? Well, share.
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
After some time. They're playing Ace Attorney over at the theater right now.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either. Whoa, really? Let Paimon see. Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name?
Vinegar?
Then you found her diary. Let's see. Aw, it's just a normal diary chronicling their love story.
Huh? What the hell is this? Do they have their own Genshin language?
So many. A whole page's worth. But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel. Wait, but
Ooh.
Marcel's pretty old. him for so long that he's Vache and Venier's grown son? Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
Wait, wait. Oh, I thought that said languages, and I was like, ain't no way that there's multiple languages in Teyvat. I mean, it's kind of believable, but still.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache? Oh, so
Back
you
to
do know
this.
that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Right.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
The theater never let calm down.
Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
Select.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
We've investigated your
Objection.
We already know everything. After your lover, Venier,
I'm on his polyglot.
kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
Wait, what the?
So
Was that two Mikus in a row?
Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Silver.
Your determination.
What the fuck was that?
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain?
He's losing it.
Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your
Chat,
eyes?
he's lost it.
No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Venier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow.
Damn.
But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved, no matter what I do.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Do you all see? I can't go! I can't follow! So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
Damn.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I save Vignere. I promise. We made a promise. Vignere. Vignere. Please, Vignere. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Well, chill
Fine by
days.
me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Glad to have you, chill day.
Please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Damn.
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an
He
adventurer
really
with
went
his
down his
partner and
Spudsy
lover,
villain arc.
Vignere. During an underwater expedition, Vignere accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignere back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson.
Poisson.
During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and
village?
expanded the scope,
I wouldn't
he
exact.
came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
These drama-loving nuts. They're no better than the people of Twitter.
The final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale,
He said the thing.
Mr. Vacher is guilty.
Guards!
What?
Take Vacher away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
That's what you took away from this?
Navia, bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh? Are you okay?
Huh?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over.
It's Jover.
It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama?
Chill day.
The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide.
Oh,
Either
yeah.
way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now?
What now?
Oh, shit.
None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges.
However,
we now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
He said it again.
To the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale,
guilty.
Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
What?
What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
Nani?
Weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Oh, why? Oh, no.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Oh, shit. He's doing his thing again. He wields dual blades? Wait, an insect glaive. Jack of all trades, master of none?
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
He one-tapped him. He still got hit, though. What just happened?
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on?
What?
Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
What happened?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Even assuming that Childe's the weakest member, he tapped him. He hit him. All right. I'm going to start a thing, chat. I'm going to start the Genshin power scaling fandom? I don't know.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it. I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
Huh.
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Wait, really?
So are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Where's the Genshin power scaling community at?
My dearest
I need to see where people rank all these characters.
Think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in the result of some sort of random mishap. Don't tell me you thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance.
Wait, so do we even know who the strongest of the Harbingers are?
Stir up drama and excitement.
I don't know anything. I'm pretty out of the loop.
Of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment! If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable.
What is she saying?
Be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict. Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
Correct.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Thank you, Neverlet.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
Before we leave, I know there's a place somewhere around here that I can... Is it atop the Oratrice Mechanis, whatever the hell this thing is called? There was a thing I was missing. Or I saw it right at the end. Or like, during Farina's speech. Also, what do you mean they rank... Do you mean they rank from top to bottom? Oratrice Mechanis. Denelise something. I know there was a thing I was missing. It is though. I saw it amongst Farina's speech. Is it on like another floor? Can I even get up there? Doesn't look like it. There's 12 Harbingers and they rank by 1 to 12? And Childe is number 12 then, huh?
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Huh? Oh, what the fuck?
Hey, Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
True, I was about to say.
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
We think they're dead, at least.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache?
The Fontaine.
I erased all records of that name. So,
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along.
Uh-oh.
And I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
I guess he can have some closure.
Is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
Huh?
Very well. I will grant your
What kind of
request.
bizarre philosophy are you on about, Neverlet?
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Chief of Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, off to the fountain, I guess. Let me kill this guard with my snake. Vaucher. How interesting. I wonder what kind of closure we'll get out of this. Maybe he'll just become more insane.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vache!
Ah!
Yes, that's it! So you heard it too!
Vignier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Why is his name still Vacher or Marcel then?
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vignier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
What?
Vignier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vignier!
Huh?
Vache, why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vignier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
What are you saying?
Huh?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
You... Wait, you are not Vignier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vignier. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved,
Our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea.
Holy shit.
I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vignier.
Why? But then, where is Vignier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became? You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vignier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Damn.
No! Yeah! She can't hate me. Let me see her. Please! Have mercy!
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Vache.
Vache? Vache. 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 Drown.
What the? That was kind of brutal. What?
Finally, we have some time to do shopping.
Holy crap.
Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Huh. Well met, partner. I knew something
It
great
was
going
nuts.
to happen
What
when I
a
woke
what a
up in such
bizarre
good mood
revelation.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
A little silly.
It's been a few days.
5 dead people culminated into one person
Oh,
and then murdered a
now
guy.
I believe. I'm easy to work
Silly.
with and always bring home the bacon. Who
That's
wouldn't
not a
treasure having
tiki
partner like
hetero like a hit moment.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen.
Poisson.
Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
That's nice.
Been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago. Oh,
What kind of bozo says that?
Charlotte just after I left the memorial
Having
service.
played through up to even this
well,
point just now,
maybe
I've
it'd be
noticed a
more
couple
accurate to
dark
say
themes
I
in
knew she
between.
would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Oh, Charlotte. I know
Way
Charlotte.
back when I first became the president of the
Oh,
Speedy
not
Zero
non-Genshin
Select,
fans?
She was all over me.
Makes
Wouldn't
sense.
take no for an
There's
answer.
all kinds of people like that.
I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
She told us about that. She's always
You want me to buy? You want me to roll for the bird lady?
her wishes finally come true too.
Okay, that is something that I teased in the title.
That you both sound really cool.
I've been considering, specifically earlier today and a little bit yesterday night. I looked up someone's guide on her, and they say that she like pairs fairly decently with Xiao since she's like an anemo healer, kind of, and that she turns out like almost all attacks into plunging attacks, something along those lines. I saw like a brief guide on it, and so I've been put into consideration that I might, but I don't know because I want Xiao and I don't want a whale.
So we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
I don't know, dude. I've been grinding really hard lately just so I could get, like, I could have an easier time with once I get Xiao, because I do really, really want Xiao.
Perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public
But if
consciousness.
my luck holds up,
Actually,
and I get her in, say, my first or second 10 pull, since I've got a pretty high pity rate right now. I think I'm pretty close to the 50-50 rate. And if I get her then, you know, it might be worth it. But because of my natural pickiness and the state of, like, I like to roll for things, I also would want to get her weapon.
Too.
Miss Navia.
Which is why it's so tantalizingly, like, bothersome for me, because I'm like, she's on this banner and then Xiao's on the next one. And so if I wanted to, I could, in theory, roll for her and then maybe her weapon as well. But then I'd probably be left with not very much stuff left. And then, see, because I could get Xiao. I would roll just strictly for Xiao, since it is, since I wouldn't need to get Xiao's weapon through the banner, the weapon banner, whenever he comes out, which means I would literally just only be rolling for Xiao. And so I could spend all that I have right now with what I currently have, potentially, however much that it is, because maybe I'll get lucky, and get her and then her weapon, depending on how early it is, and then just specifically, strictly, roll for Xiao once he comes out, because that was the main plan for that anyways. Right, if I win, which is the gamble, which I'm down for, until I have to spend money, because of what it is that I prioritize. Oh man, maybe should I make a poll on Twitter about it, if I should roll for the bird lady, because you're the only person here right now, and so I've only got one devil or angel on my shoulder to tell me whether I should roll or not, and so I'm debating right now if I should or not. Do you think I should make a poll on Twitter if I should roll for the bird lady, and then try to promote it a little bit and see if anybody wants to, what the overall view of people on the internet would be? Because I could roll for her. You know, hold on. Let me wrap this, not wrap up the stream, but let me wrap up this conversation that I'm having right now, and I'll show you what I have right now.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dawn.
Poisson.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
Oh damn, wait, they're really just gonna hard send me?
This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be.
Is it Chlorine?
Hmm?
Isn't that
Oh, it's Nervalette.
Why would the Chief Justice be here?
Cowabummer, dude. This is where my parents died,
My
Raphael.
apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
Oh, glorious.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Poisson.
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway?
Justice!
There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner.
Damn.
This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
This is not Miku, this is
I'm
Nervalette.
sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Yeah, Nervalette. Not good at keeping his own word, is he?
Seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
Cece's Pizza? Maybe one of these days we can get the group back together. Maybe the day of the Super Bowl.
Never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there? Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
Wow.
Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a
What?
bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can.
What do you mean the stickers up? I can't just hand those over. I've been hogging them for so long. These I've been working so hard to save these. So I could roll for Xiao. I can't just give them up now. Oh? You're gonna let me keep my own money on a condition? What kind of backwards deals are these? I don't know what's going on, but I'll hear you out. Must be one pretty lengthy condition. Oh, renovations. Well, why didn't you just say so? You didn't have to pull a gun out on me just to invite me to your house. I'll take you up on your offer. How does this work, though? I've never actually gone out of my way to visit other people. What have we here? What do I need to show you? What do you need to see? I shouldn't be high enough level to, There you go. I think it's just the ID. Let's see. Where is... Oh. Okay. I take it I look for it here. Sure thing. Absolutely. I don't mind. I need to take better care of my own teapot. I've done a pretty poor job at doing so. I just have it set as a secondary farm for flowers and other materials that I would like to keep. Let's see here. So, enter. Let's see. 0, 5, 0, 0, 5, 0, 6, 9, 2, 1, 7. And search. Ah. You have Shenhe? I'm so jealous. I've been needing to. I've been meaning to. I want Shenhe, dude. I was hoping this time around, come the lunar event, that Shenhe would be out, and I've. Oh, I think I did. Did I send an ad request? It was the button. I think it was the button I immediately clicked. Yeah. I think I'll send another one just in case. But man, I've been on the grind for specific characters because I'm not the kind to spend just because a new banner's up. I tend to hog a bit depending on my priorities. I nitpick a lot on which characters I want, and Shenhe, I've wanted since I've come back to the game, and she just hasn't come out. It's been so sad. I want to have Shenhe, dude. It's not fair. I think she's an amazing character. Beautiful lady. Deserves the world and then some. But Genshin won't give her to me. It makes me sad. Let's see. I have to wait. Oh, there we go. Notification. Accepted. Alright. Oh. Alright.
On the road, one should take ample time to pause and appreciate the wondrous scenery along the way.
You're about to collapse, aren't you?
I love Changshan. Oh, wait, hang on. Where? Join. It says unable to join because you're busy right now. Are you in a screen right now, or does it? Oh, there we go. I'm still kind of new to this. Alrighty. Let's see what you've been cooking. What's in the teapot? What's the tea? And then to the yellow waypoint. What have we here? Oh my. Well, isn't this lovely? Hello. Wait a second. Oh, that's nice. Touch? Touch. Is it the flowers? Oh god. Hang on, Vaiji. You can't just go climbing up things. Hello. This place is lovely. What? How do you get this? You make this, or do you earn this through a quest? I've never seen this. Not a minute. It was in an event. Oh, that's what they do. Oh, wow. Salutations. Pleasure. Oh dear, can I not? Okay, there we go. Nice weather we're having. Oh my god, wait, this place is litty. So beautiful. I'll be damned. People are really creative with this stuff. Like, I enjoy house builders. It's just that I'm not good at them. Yeah, I bet. Right now, what I've been doing in my teapot is primarily just making things primarily making new things to level up my teapot. I recently, I think last night, while I was grinding, I finally reached level 8 in my teapot, so I can make more things. And so, I think, because I haven't been doing a good job at actually like building the location. I've got places and things that I like to prioritize, but I don't have an actual look to it all. Oh, it's so pretty. Very well made. I commend you. This is rather beautiful. You've done a phenomenal job with this. Oh my god, I didn't even know that flowers like this did this. Yeah. And the waypoint into it all? Fantastic. Chef's kiss, I would say. This is really nice. See, now that's not fair. That's who I want. I'm very finicky about who it is that I roll for. I don't roll for everyone. Not just because they're a new character, and not just because they're meta. I get flack for that because I don't roll for meta characters. One of my friends likes to give me flack for that. Oh, I get ya. I don't get to actively play co-op because beforehand I was low level. I was just grinding characters to get them up to about level 70, level 80, I think level 80 or so. And I kept my world level down. I could have leveled up to level 8, but what the most recent world level is, because I'm level 55 in my world right now. But before I got that rank up, I decided that I wanted to just grind for all the characters that I liked, and then just have a whole bunch of characters be level 80 so that they're at least somewhat viable and usable. And that's about all that I ever really spent my time doing. And so I didn't really have a lot of people come and visit my world because my friends were already about max level. And so I was kind of left to my lonesome for a while. I never really got to get the full co-op experience, I would say. But this is really nice, you know, for being able to like look at the kinds of things that people do and to experience it together. I think is very nice. It's a very good aspect of the game that I don't actively have participation in. Yeah. Besides a few things, like for a while, leveling up the catch was really annoying. And so there would be points where I would have enough fish, or almost enough fish for a level up, but I would be missing 1 or 2 for, say, the Ascension. And so sometimes I would just try to do the co-op gamble of hopping into somebody's world and hoping that they would let you go, and just so you could grab some of the fish for them. That's nice. You know what, mods? Why can't we do that? Where are my mods that play Genshin? Now that I'm max level, we can play together. I've never done anything in regards to actively creating things in my teapot, and so maybe I'll look more into it. This is wonderful. I like this. I thank you for allowing me into your home and not stealing my primogems. Hello. I guess I'll swap into someone a bit more of the location. Actually, no, wait. Baiju's also from Liyue, isn't he? Forgot about that. This is beautiful. I could get behind this. Because there's so much detail to it that I didn't even know that you could get to. So well done. And I didn't even know you could do this with the flowers, or that they can be put in places like this. This is incredible.
Mind be purged, world be saved.
Yes, ma'am. I will not question anything. Take every word at face value.
Obey!
This is still really cool. I can't get over this. Where do you even get, like, has there been anything similar to or like this since I guess Genshin? Up here. Oh. I guess Baiju did have the right to climb. Whoa. See? Whoa. With the scenery out in the background, this looks great. Trees, the mountains in the distance. The umbrella. This is nice. God damn. Man, I feel kind of... Man, my teapot is so ugly in comparison when I think about it. I think I just have the house, a whole bunch of, like, farming plots, so I can just plant a whole bunch of flowers. I stuck a whole bunch of characters in front of the door, and then I don't even think I did anything with the inside of it. Hey, what level are you at now? If you're still that kind of low on level with this much stuff, or like even remotely, that's a lot of like farming for like wood and other materials and like a whole bunch of other things, because I always run out of materials as a late. Ah, I getcha. I got a friend of mine who was, she's super duper into Animal Crossing, and like, she used to make content over it. Level 10? I'm not even there yet. I think I'm only level 8. We're really, really into this, huh? Yeah, no, Burnout makes sense, but this is still very well made, I must admit. Very beautiful. I appreciate you for allowing me to be able to bear witness to your creation. This is very well done. I do say so myself. I'm not quite a house renovator or connoisseur of any kind, but I could tell when things look good. My eyes and my brain can allow such judgment to be made. Very well done, I must say. I can't even imagine trying to do any more with this. Like trying to fill an entire, like say the entirety of, oh man, now I'm curious. There's so many things that I've got to look into now after stream. Because I was talking about it earlier about, looking into some of the other aspects of Genshin, like the power scaling of it and the stuff because of the some of the stuff that we saw in the story. But now I'm also interested in people's house renovations and stuff of this game. There's got to be people who like fully go into the nitty-gritty of this to another point that I can't even imagine. Yeah, no, it probably does look a little bit silly from like an outsider's perspective, but once you're inside, beautiful. But I guess that's oh, I forget what the word is. It's not archaeology. Archaeology is the study of rocks. Architecture, I think. That's the one where people build things. Yeah. Architecture. Yeah, that's the one. Very neat. Could totally get behind it. Because you could probably do that with the rest of the world, but like, I can't even imagine. Oh, hello. Hello, Tubby. Improve friendship? What does that mean? Oh, okay, I think I see how it works. That's fine. I won't bother Tubby for now. Yeah, architecture. Oh. I mean, it's fine, by all means. I think it was wonderful, being able to look at it from the inside. Absolutely, I will say so. Being able to do such things and have your creativity be rewarded and your efforts to be showcased for it, I definitely do agree. Being able to put the time and effort into it and being able to share it with other people, it's a beautiful thing. I just haven't had the time or creative liberty to do so myself. So I admit my stuff is probably really ugly. Like low quality stuff. But I can't say I am a little inspired. We've got some good stuff going on here, weeboo. Weeboo. And then like this is a phenomenal AFK spot. Like if you just want to let your characters do their own thing in a beautiful environment that you created yourself, I don't think I can tell a better feeling myself. Right. Doesn't matter. Nothing else matters if it makes you happy. And I think you did a great job. I can commend, or I can attest that I am starlit. It is a very beautiful area. Even still, you went through the effort of making it. Inspired, or even if you like just completely took even if you 100% did the whole thing that video said, I mean, you did it. That's the effort you put in. One thing to see something, but to be able to say that you did the same, not a lot of people can say that they can. And now be happy with your work. Even if it's not of your own complete creation, you were the one who went and got your hands dirty and did it yourself. I think that's something worth commending. Me personally. Very, very nice. I mean, I'm feeling a little inspired myself. Though I'm not quite sure what it is that I would do with my own teapot. The current background that I'm working with, or like I guess area as a whole, I went and got the Fontaine one, or the underwater one. And so I'm not really sure how it is that I should go about navigating that, or how I would even create it. But I can see the enjoyment that comes out of creating things like this. Very nice. Very aesthetic pleasing. What? They made funerals for Paimon? Why would any... Well, okay, hold on. I was gonna say, why would anybody kill Paimon? I have my suspicions as to why. That does sound kind of funny now in theory when I think about it. I think it'd be even sillier if you had the funeral home of Paimon with a Paimon in your teapot somewhere else.
My pole arm doesn't distinguish friend from foe, and there is clearly a limit to the Red Rope's power.
That is correct. Yes,
That's why I loathe.
it is a very nice picture, which is why I was taken aback at first. But whenever I guess you think about it in a grander scheme, it does kind of look like the portrait that's held at a funeral, like one of their good pictures. Or Paimon. It's easy to love Paimon, but I think it's a little bit easier to bully her.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll
Mind
take
be
one more
purged,
day off.
world
and
be saved.
knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Oh, really? So the Traveler draws Paimon. Oh, okay. That does sound like a really nice event. God, I'm a little bummed that I wasn't around whenever a lot of these other things started happening. Really? This was what Albedo drew? I'll be damned. Boy's smart and he's got the arts and craft skills.
My pole arm doesn't distinguish friend from foe, and there is clearly a limit to the Red Rope's power.
Okay, I thought this was like full-on
That's why I
Traveler work.
loathe crowded areas.
Makes sense we're bad at art and someone else had to do it for us then. Fair enough. Yeah. Having seen some of the events that I've missed out on and like learning some of the things that have gone on, I'm like, wow. Kinda wish I was there. But alas. I'm here now, so I'll take a part of whatever events that I can now. Oh man, really?
Good
One of the
roll.
best?
All right,
That's
maybe I'll
quite the
take
title.
one
There's been a
more
lot
day
of
off
there's been a lot of
and knock out the
events
rest
since
of the
then.
work once I'm feeling up to it.
Oh well, before
The
and
assumption
since.
that every person has
And that's
somewhere
pretty
to call
impressive,
home is
IMO.
naive. I got used to living in the mountains alongside the birds and beasts a long time ago.
Yes, I commend you. It caught me off guard on my way up because I was already taken aback by all the flowers and the bushes around. Looked at the door. I don't remember if I looked at the door first or at the picture first, but definitely this little area, you know, caught my attention and kept me held up for a good little while before I eventually made it to the table and the teapots. It is nice. Very aesthetic.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different.
Yeah, no, this was a good
identities to choose
choice.
from.
Looking around,
Need me to come up with some for you?
almost like Whoa, hang on a second. I can't give you a full... Shit. Chat, what say you? 110 pull for being allowed to join this person's house. Do you think it's worth? Do we think I should do it a full 10 pull? Just as an appropriate thank you for being able to join someone's home. Oh no. We were talking about intrusive thoughts earlier before you tried to rob me. So now I'm letting my own brain try to rob me of my own. Chat, mods, who's here?
My pole arm doesn't distinguish
See,
friend
but
from foe.
we were
And there's
debating a
clearly
little bit
limit to the
before you
Red
joined
Rope's
stream,
power.
Weeboo.
That's why I loathe
I was
crowded
debating if I
areas.
should roll for her, since I do have a little bit of pity. So here's the dilemma. I could get her, potentially. It's one 10 pull, right? You know, the worst that'll happen is that I don't get her. And I potentially lose a 50-50 or so, or wherever my current pity stats are. Which means that I can use that later for who I do actually want. The 100% who I want to roll for this time around for this event will be Xiao, since I haven't gotten him yet. So I do 100% want to get Xiao. So in a worst case scenario, I lose the 50-50, or like let's say I just get a flat nothing, you know, a nothing burger, or maybe that's a best case scenario. I'm not sure. Or I get a 5-star, either of my own volition, or let's see. Mods. Who else is here? I need to consult the other people to see if this is the right decision. Where's my main mod? I know they were here just a second ago. Or maybe I should just let the thoughts in my head take control. I mean, it is just 110 pull, right? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? What's my pity at? Oh wait, that's not it, is it? It's wait, is it? It's history. That's the one. So the last 5-star I got, how long ago was that? Okay, here we go. So, assuming, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. So hold on to those 4. 50. So 500. So I'm at about 54 pity. It looks like. That's not. I could. There's a possibility that I could. Yeah. The soft pity is it's nearby. What's the harm? There's nothing bad could come out of this, right? All right, chat. Fuck it, we ball. Okay, it was a 4-star. I saw the glimmer. I thought I saw the shine of gold for a second. All right, so this is all right. You know, maybe I get one of the 4-stars that are currently on banner, like gaming. Yeah. 4-star weapons. I get more glitter or other things. I can live with this. Oh dear, just a whole bunch of poop weapons. A lot of poop weapons. Christ. Well, I got another one of these. Is this one even any good? I don't remember. I'm not very good with this kind of stuff. I'm not sure what's meta, what's good, and what's bad. I can live with it. Well, I gotta say, thank you for inviting me to your home, Weeboo. In exchange for not all of my primos, 3,200 I think is a solid investment for allowing me to join. Early game stuff. Fair enough. Well, thank you again for letting me join your teapot. It was very lovely. It was nice to meet you, and it was nice of you to let me into your home. For a solid rate of 110 pull. Yes. Thank you for having me. I gotta say, very nice experience. Let's see, it's not this one. How do I do this again? I think it's... Oh, there it is. Thank you for having me, Weeboo. It was a very lovely house. And thank you for dropping by and showing me it.
Have confidence.
Thank you for the follow too, Weeboo. Means a lot. I'm almost almost at the point. I'm not sure if you can see right above me. I have my follower goal. We're very close to being able to reach the point of reaching the point of partnership, I believe. I think is the first one, or is it affiliation? I think affiliation is the first one, and then it goes to partnership. And so it means a lot. It goes a long way to be able to finally reach that point. And once again, thank you for interacting and for letting me join your teapot. It really means a lot. Thank you for everything. And if you like anything else, you know, I've got socials as well. The mods will probably pull them up. I think I also have them on my primary banner, but you know, feel free to hang around at any point that you happen to see me. And thanks a lot for all that you've given me today. I hope I've been able to give about as much, if not the same, for what it is that you showed me today. It really does mean a lot. Hopefully, with the little time that I think I have left for stream 2, we'll be able to wrap up this piece of the Archon quest. I was kind of hoping that I could maybe finish the entirety of what I missed for Fontaine, but it seems like there's a lot still. So that just means more streams for later.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Absolutely. Water of the Primordial Sea. My sibling.
Your sibling. Another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches
Another
that
one.
description.
Another nothing burger?
If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epicles. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Damn it. When are we going to learn more about our siblings?
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
Oratrice, Mechanice, damn it, I forget how it goes. Mechanice,
I have been
something...
quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically
something
repeat the verb
on a Claire?
on each case.
An Eclair?
As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of
Oratrice,
justice
Mechanice,
is
something
integrated into it.
Eclair, I think.
Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to
It's
say,
alive?
I've been prepared for a situation like
It's
this
sentient?
for a long time.
What the hell did Farina make this thing out of?
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate.
Interesting.
In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama.
Wow.
While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
Meripede.
If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Well deserved. I'd love to see it.
Anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Damn, they really want you to ask about everything, huh?
At court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today.
How so?
Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say
Wait,
it nurtured
lifeforms?
much of the life on this planet.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vache discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
True.
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still
bizarre.
be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
This
That the
prophecy.
sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
Correct.
That's right! It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
Right.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
Like the former...
Two parts of the prophecy
the
have already
Dendro
proven
Archon.
correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
Conundrum?
With Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Oh? Ah, there we go. Okay.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you.
Likewise.
It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memornia.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Ha! If
Crime
only.
and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
All right. You've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Is this an omen? Oh, shit, never mind. It's the end of the chapter.
You know, we've been walking around for a while now. Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine and have a rest?
Well. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Paimon. Ooh, thanks for the extra stuff. Alright, so that'll take care of actually the dailies. That's wonderful. And this! Get more of these. For free! Alright. That being all said and done, I'd say this is probably a good point to wrap up, wouldn't you say? I was hoping that we could get a bit more taken care of, but I think we actually managed to get a good amount of things taken care of, and we were also blessed with the opportunity to go to somebody else's world and see something nice. I'd say this is probably as good as any of a point to call it quits for the day, so that way we can all get back to doing all of our own things. So, I will do just that and wrap us up accordingly. So, thanks to any and all who happened to catch the stream as it was happening live. Thanks to anybody who is watching this VOD later on. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good things coming out of this, and we got to enjoy the beauty of gambling. And also seeing somebody else's world. A lot of work was put into it, and I gotta say, it was very nice to be able to join and witness that for myself. So thank you very much for that as well. Let me see, I don't think any of my mods are here. I think they all bummed out. Went to go do their own things. Maybe they're even doing their own Genshin dailies right now. Let me see. I'll go ahead and try to wrap this up on my own. So, if you want to come into contact with me, or if there is any other way for you to potentially refer to me, then Twitter is most definitely going to be the place to do so. It's where I often do make posts about stuff going on behind the scenes and in regards to streams as a whole. So if there is anything that you would like to potentially discuss, I do make posts on there semi-frequently within the week. Sometimes I will do posts talking about games that should be played. I'll make polls as well in that same regard. And so if there is anything that you would like to discuss, or maybe you would want to be a part of, Twitter will be the main place where I go about doing that. I also do have a YouTube channel. That's where I post a lot of my older VODs in regards to what it is that I have played before. And so if there is anything that you're interested in seeing, or maybe if there's just a VOD that you want to see, once again, it will most likely end up on the YouTube channel as well. So definitely go check that out as well if you're interested in any of my prior content. That being said, I think that will wrap us up all together for today. So thanks again to any and all who happen to catch the stream. This is happening live. Thanks to anybody who is watching this VOD later on. I believe tomorrow will be the next day for stream. We'll be playing Ace Attorney 2 in part of the trilogy that I do have as well. So look forward to that. And I think that should be all. I will see you guys tomorrow for Ace Attorney. And until then, I'll probably see you guys later. Thanks again, everyone. See you guys later.